All right, hello, my beautiful Aries. This is Leah from Star Power Tarot here with your January 2022 reading. So before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and always comment what resonates. And I'm doing personal readings below. The link to that is in the video description below. But let's go ahead and get started. So Aries, what is happening for you in January 2022? Let's go shuffle that again. For some of you, I'm hearing Moon Song by Karen O. So the Moon Song by Karen O, I think from the movie Her. So maybe some of you are falling in love with a robot. Ooh, did you see that? It totally just spun. Okay, we're gonna take it as that. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So what is happening for you in January 2022? You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Okay, so this was from the past reading. Let me go shuffle that back in. So a lot of you, Aries, sun, moon, rising, you are you're gonna win something. And I don't say that lightly. If it's a personal development, if it's a personal goal, if it's a challenge, if it's a job, you're winning something in January 2022. And that is gonna rev you up and really get you started with the correct energy to have for this upcoming new year. And for some of you, it might not be an obvious thing that you're winning with the look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Because Sagittarius is about travel, it's about philosophy, it's about mindsets and frameworks and optimism. So maybe for some of you, what you might be getting in January 2022 is you're finding your optimism again. And you find that because you find your optimism, your manifestation increases, or your power to manifest increases. Spirit for January 2022 Aries, what are the predictions? Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So some of you might be losing something, and because of that loss, what actually happens is you make more karmic space for beauty to enter your life. Or at least that's the message from Spirit. I don't want you to get nervous with that grief thing. Grief can mean so many things. It can mean like you're losing something important to you. It could mean you're mourning something from the past. You could be mourning a previous version of yourself. But I think when we do experience grief, the lesson is to make space for yourself emotionally and to really get in touch with your heart space. Okay, let's look at these four. It humbles you, the energy of grief. And so I think what's happening for you in January 2022, Aries, is you're being humbled by a win and a loss. Is that interesting? Naked. Do you feel exposed in some way exactly? What is making you feel inadequate, guilty, ashamed, or vulnerable? What do you need to release? So I'm going to put that right here because I feel like that really corresponds with the grief card. Birth and babies, and I'm going to put that opposite. So it's so interesting because we have these diametric opposites: grief, feeling naked, loss, and then over here we have optimism, Sagittarius, birth and babies. Some of you might be surrounded by babies. A friend of yours or a family member might have babies or young children, or might be giving birth in the month of January. Flow and magic. So this is very powerful energy, not gonna lie. Aries, I really feel that what you want to manifest in January 2022 is going to come true so long as you integrate the things that you're learning. A win-win outcome is forecast. You are good enough. It's time to take action. So long as you combine what you're learning with the appreciation of what you've lost, and as long as you realize what that has taught you. I don't know if that makes sense, Aries, but what I'm trying to say is it's a complex month for you, but in the end, it's a successful month for you, January 2022. But that success is dependent on, are you having gratitude for your losses in life? I heard that Lana Del Rey lyric, like, the sun also rises on those who fail the call. My life, it comprises of losses and wins and fails and falls. I can do it if you really, really like that. Anyways, that song, it's what's that song? It's either fucked my way up to the top or money, power, glory. But you should listen to those songs. Fucked my way up to the top and money, power, glory. Because this is very boss mode sort of kind of reading. A lot of you are realizing creative projects that you've always wanted to create. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, you're really channeling the power of divine creation this month of January. And I have an intuitive feeling that that is really setting you up for the rest of 2022. In terms of 2022 is going to be about your process of creation, Aries. You're stepping into the energy of like the magician or the fool, which are not here. I mean, we'll shuffle, maybe we get them. But January 2022 is just the beginning for you and your projects. Ooh, death. Ooh, very interesting. You like my reaction? I was like, ooh, I'm so happy, blah, 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 blah. And then death, ooh. But yeah, we have death and grief. So, I'm feeling a really sad energy overcome me. I don't know, it's a very empathic kind of reaction, but we're going to put the death card over here. Oops. But some of you are grieving a loss. It could be an ancestor who passed away, Aries. It could be a family member, a friend, a loved one who passed away. But I think the message from Spirit is that they are here with you and they're here for you. And the grief that you feel with this person, and it could even be like a previous version of yourself that you're mourning. Or maybe one day you're triggered and you're feeling nostalgic and you're feeling like, oh my God, that 19-year-old me, what were they doing? Like you feel very in your feelings. Maybe you visit an old place that you used to haunt a lot as a person. Um, but it's funny because we see this magic card, and it's almost like this owl here is very significant to me because it's really representing the energy of an angel. So you do have angels watching over you, Aries, the month of January and the rest of the year. But what I'm really feeling is that I think there's a divine humbling really happening here, a divine humbling in terms of the fragility of life is something that you're really thinking about in January for whatever reason. And it's not a bad reason, Aries, but it could even be that you're so successful that it's like, what does it even mean to be alive? What does it even mean? So with that Sagittarian energy, all these big life questions are really floating in front of you, Aries. And then we have the Two of Cups reverse, sacred cord. And then the Eight of Wands. This is so interesting because, again, we have those opposites that we talked about. The Eight of Wands being really opposite to the Two of Cups reverse. So some of you are going through a very interesting experience where a lot of your material success is manifesting, but interpersonally, there could be some blockages in your relationships, Aries, for the month of January 2022. But I'm really feeling, and I'm going to put this in the middle above You Are Good Enough, Full Moon and Virgo. What I'm really feeling with the lightning path here and the sacred cord is that you're really realizing that like you can't have the yin without the yang. You can't have the like the good without the bad in the month of January 2022. And it's this really beautiful lesson that you're really learning, and your maturity, you're maturing in so many important ways. I think January 2022 for you, Aries, is a month where you're really stepping into the energy of just like becoming adults, whatever that means, you know, accepting the good and the bad, integrating both into your life. This card is this card. I don't really pull from this deck. This is the relationship card deck. In what ways are we still growing? So that's a question for you, Aries, in the month of January. In what ways are you still growing? What ways do you need to grow as a person? Let's go get from the Little Prince Tarot. Let's get a card. So Spirit, Angels, Goddess, God, Universe, Divine, Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit. What are the messages for Aries in the month of January? The Knight of Wands. What did we say? There's so much fast fire energy in here. I can't. If some of you are spiritual practitioners, your business is really taking off in January. You're really realizing creative projects, you're realizing ambitions that you never thought you had time to realize. It's a very beautiful energy, Aries. And let's get a final card from the, well, let's get from the Journey of Love Oracle deck. So Spirit, what is the card? What is the card? So if you want more specific messages, book a reading with me. My link is below. I'm just launching my Etsy this week. Okay, Spirit, what is the message for Aries? Here we are. Heart fire, number one. So number one, the energy of the magician. So heart fire. So the message for you, Aries, is create from the heart. Create. Oops, sorry, I totally just burped. Create from the heart, whatever that means to you. The cloak, devotion to the small, yin, what did I say? Yin yang, lover, God speaks. So God or the universe is really speaking to you this month, Aries, through the language of things that you've lost and things that you're gaining. Very emotional, sort of very poignant sort of energy, the breaking. And we have the breaking and coming together. What did I say? We're getting all these opposites, Aries, and then sacred convergence to top it all off. I think that's where we're going to end. But duality is going to be so important to you in the month of January and throughout 2022, Aries. Duality, losses and gains. You won't have one without the other, and that is okay. That's something to accept. It's something beautiful. You are beautiful, and you're a complex person, and you gain and you lose. And at the end of the day, you are of spirit, and you will be okay. So that's the message for you. Make sure you comment what resonated. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you want to book a reading with me, my link is below. But all right, thank you, Aries, and blessed be. Take care.